Hi, I'm Lerma Manalak. I'm here to report the Zamboanga Siege. The Zamboanga Siege was an armed conflict between the forces of the Philippine government and a faction of the Moro National Liberation Front in Zamboanga City, Philippines. On September 9, 2013, that lasted for 2 weeks and 6 days as the members of the MNLF attacked the city in attempting to raise their flag at the Zamboanga City Hall. Where 200 civilians were reported being held hostage as human shields by the MNLF. 50% were escaped, 30% were used as shields, 20% were injured. To manage the crisis, President Benigno Aquino III has sent his three top-level government officials to Zamboanga City to help defuse tension following an early morning attack by the MNLF members. The government deployed an overwhelming number of troops to secure the area as well as to prevent MNLF supporters from entering the city. The government also put security checkpoints in place to prevent the reinforcement of the MNLF gunmen. After the MNLF rebels attempted to attack two vessels docked at Zamboanga City seaport, the armed forces of the Philippines secured all high-rise buildings in Zamboanga City's commercial center in case the crisis involving a standoff with the MNLF worsens. The government also negotiated with the hostage takers, where the leader of the rebel groups, cabinet officials, and military generals had a meeting at the Western Mindanao Command headquarters in the Zamboanga City. The talks ran for about 3 hours. However, no agreement was reached, particularly on the rebels' ceasefire demand. The Philippine government, however, issued an ultimatum to the MNLF militants saying that the government will not hesitate to use force to resolve the situation. The Philippine Army pounded MNLF rebels with mortars, airstrikes, guns, and rockets were the alleged MNLF rebels' positions in this city. This resulted for the government forces to penetrate and gain control of the Sumatra Island, which will serve as the landing points of the MNLF rebels. Besides, the government operation prevented the MNLF rebels from linking with the other group in the mainland. During the clearing operations, 83 MNLF rebels were captured, while 36 more MNLF rebels surrendered, including Enner Mishwari, reportedly to be the nephew of founding MNLF's chairman, Nur Mishwari. Other MNLF rebels were forced to surrender due to hunger, while some 20 to 30 MNLF rebels, including Commander Malik, is still at large. The disunity within the government in communicating within the departments have led the government to fail in preventing the occurrences of the crisis. Conflicting messages were sent on the ground that ends up with the total number of 183 deaths in the MNLF rebels and a total number of 25 deaths in the government forces, as well as the displacement of the 24,000 families, as well as the total number of 12 deaths of civilians. This also has made 70 civilians wounded, and also this wounded 184 government forces. So, if I will be given a chance to intervene in the crisis that happened in Zamboanga City, I will make sure that there is a unity in making a decision to remove the confusion and miscommunication with the MNLF rebels and government forces, as it seems like there was a confusion and misunderstanding on both parties. I will create a single task force made up of police and military that will be led by one government official such as the Defense Secretary, who will do the negotiations with the MNLF rebels to remove the confusion. Once again, I'm Lerma Manalak. Thank you for watching and listening.